Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Constituents in my riding of Calgary-South East are continuing to feel the pressure of rapid population growth. As I've stated in this House before, transportation infrastructure is desperately needed to keep those neighbourhoods connected to the rest of Calgary and grow the economy in Calgary-South East. One important part of that infrastructure is the 212 interchange. To the Minister of Transportation, can you let us know where the 212 interchange is expected to be completed and whether it is on schedule?
The Honourable Minister of Transportation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Well, I was very pleased to be part of negotiations with the developer and the City of Calgary, and we came up with, I think, quite a creative funding arrangement where each partner contributed 1/3 towards that, and that has been signed. We've announced that some months ago in Calgary. Design work is underway, Mr. Speaker, and I'm hopeful that the project will be completed in the next couple of years.
First supplemental.
Rightly so, you stated that the funding for the 212 interchange was funded by partnerships between Brookfield, the City of Calgary, and your government. And given that this may be the last budget presented before the next election and a possible change of government, to the same minister, has all the necessary provincial funding for this project been allocated for this year's budget?
The Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you very much for the question, Mr. Speaker. Well, I am not anticipating a change in the government, Mr. Speaker. I have to say that right off the bat. But obviously, the honourable member is concerned that if the UCP was to form the government, that this arrangement and many other arrangements, not just for infrastructure, Mr. Speaker, but for health care, for education, for all sorts of services that Albertans need, would be in jeopardy, Mr. Speaker. And I think in that, he's absolutely right. We need to work on, in this government, to work very hard for the trust of Albertans to make sure that that does not happen, Mr. Speaker.
Second supplemental.
Given that the government's legislation prohibiting spending announcements during election period, and given that the next provincial election falls during budget and the start of next year's construction season, and given the possibility of cost overruns to construction at the 212 interchange, to the same minister, what's being done this year to mitigate the risk of cost overruns resulting in delays in completion of this project?
The Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Well, we are very serious in the Department of Transportation to make sure that projects are delivered on time and on budget. And we take great efforts to scrutinize the course of planning, engineering, and construction to make sure that we have the best possible prices, that we have the best possible prices on tenders. And we've been able to get some very good prices on tenders, as a matter of fact, Mr. Speaker, by investing at a time when people are looking for work and companies were looking for contracts. So we've been able to achieve significant cost savings in that, Mr. Speaker. We're going to make sure this project is on time.
Thank you, Honourable